But, yeah, this is what the most important part. This is what the most important part about Songs of Solomon, right? And brothers hate when I bring this out all the time. If you really read that chapter, it is a chapter of a woman apologizing to the woman of Zion for looking dark skinned because she was out in the fields working and that the sun burned her skin dark. Okay. That is what it's saying in verse.
There's another one. Salakia. There's another one in the book of Acts, right? It goes to the same point that Brother Vega was bringing out, that she was specifically saying, yo, I'm dark. Yo, I'm sorry for that. Forgive me for I'm dark, all right? There's another one that goes along with the same concept of what you're saying in the book of Acts when they called that brother Niger or nigger or something like that.
But you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that? Hey, Northern Kingdom, go back into the Strongs, right, and look up that word Niger, what it means, right? Now, remember, it says that.
What my point is, listen, hold on. You didn't let me make my point. My point is why would they call him Negro if he wasn't sticking out like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just the same concept as you was saying about the Shulamite. She says, "Forgive me, for I am dark." But the same concept goes for, who was it? In the book of Acts, they called him.
It was Simon.
They called him Negro. Why? Because he stood out from the rest of the. Why would they call him specifically
the prophets and the
Negro,
teachers?
Right?
Remember, because that's exactly what it said. Exactly. Acts 13. You're talking about Acts 13. Yeah, he's talking about Acts 13. Because remember.
Do you brothers and sisters? Did you hear these heathens? These two heathens said that Abishag apologized for being black. She apologized to the daughters of Zion for being black. Really heathens. Abishag in Songs of Solomon apologized to the daughters of Zion for being black. But we already proved through the writings of Cherilus, Josephus, Herodotus, and Tacitus, all eyewitnesses said the Jews were all a Negro-looking people. We proved it already. It's a wrap. It's a wrap already. But the missiles continue to drop. The missiles continue to drop on these heathens. And my brother in Iran, born and raised in that region, know the whole history of that region, seen all the artifacts, said those people was all black. The Jews, the Elamites, the Assyrians, the Ammonites, all black peoples, all Negro-looking people. It's a wrap anyway, but let's get on these heathens. Right? So Abishag, from the Songs of Solomon, she apologized for being black. Really? So you telling me heathen Jose and that other heathen short, big head, Asian looking Mexican Northern Kingdom, that we black people, we have to apologize for being black? So I guess God, according to the book of Daniel, it says that his hair was pure like wool. I guess God have to apologize for being black also, huh? The Most High have to apologize for having woolly hair, huh? It says pure like wool. The only people on the planet Earth that has pure woolly hair are black peoples. So I guess God has to apologize to her for being black. These heathens said that Abishag apologized to the women of Zion for being black. But let's kill these heathen. Let's continue to drop the missiles, right? The Songs of Solomon. Look what it says here. She says, I am black, but comely, but beautiful. What does black people say? Especially black people that are really dark. Because what happened, she got darker, you idiot, you moron. She got darker for working in the sun, dummy. To the point where, let's continue. Let's read. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem. Here's the key to all of you heathens out there. Jose, from ancient Watchmen and that other big head Mexican Northern Kingdom heathen. Here's the key. Like the tents of Kedar. The tents of Kedar was black, dummy. So she got darker. And then the heathen tried to bring up the book of Acts. You see in the book of Acts with a guy named Simon, he was singled out for being Niger or called Niger. The reason why he was singled out, dummy, is because he was a very dark-skinned black man. Just like today, whenever a black person see a really dark-skinned black man or woman, what do we usually call them? We call them black. We give them nicknames, black. So he was a very dark-skinned man, dummy. That's why he was called Niger, dummy. Let's continue. The tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. The curtains of Solomon was black, dummy. So Abishag got darker from working in the sun. Now, many of you Hispanics are very pale skinned, just like your European forefathers. Facts. I work in New York City. You can't tell me nothing. I work for New York City Transit. I deal with Hispanics all the time. I'm always dealing with Hispanics. Many of them and many of you are very pale skinned, just like Jennifer Lopez, even paler than she is. So when most of you Hispanics get in the sun, you don't get darker. You get sunburned. Facts. Most Hispanics that are very pale skinned, okay, they have to put on suntan lotion like every other European to keep from burning, their skin from burning. You may have some that may have a little bit of melanin in their skin, just like the Italians, right? The Italians have a little melanin in their skin, but guess what? They still put on suntan lotion. They still put on suntan lotion, and the reason why you see a lot of Italians, right, that has slightly pigmentation is because they live south of Europe, just like the Hispanics. Their forefathers are south of Europe, so some of them may have a little bit of pigmentation in their skin, but guess what? They still prone to burn. If they stay in the sun for a long time, they prone to burn. This is a fact. They still have to put on suntan lotion. And let's read this real quick here to see what it says. If you are lucky, you may already be experiencing the benefits of a skin type that is less likely to show a sunburn or signs of premature aging, which is in fact common among both Latino and Hispanic complexions. Let me read it again. Sunburn or signs of premature aging, which is in fact common among both Latina and Hispanic complexions. Yet, it is important to consider how to best care for your specific skin. Each skin type requires tailored skin care routines, etc. Right? Board of certification. You see that? Dermatologist. Down below. Michelle Green, an expert. So again, let me read it one more time. If you are lucky, you may already be experiencing the benefits of a skin type that is likely or less likely to show a sunburn or signs of premature aging, which is in fact common among both Latina and Hispanic peoples. Let's go to the next. This is a tweet. All right. This is a tweet from a Mexican. Look what it says here. Who said Mexicans can't get sunburned? Ricky Avala. Who says Mexicans can't get sunburned? Let's go. Check out the picture. This is the full picture right here. You see that? Ricky Avala on Twitter. He tweeted and said, who says Mexicans can't get sunburned? You can see his sunburn right here. You see that sunburn he got? Why did he got the sunburn? Because he's not a black man. If he was a black man or darker complexion, he would not have that sunburn like that. And also, many of the Mexicans are much lighter than he is, to the point they're down there white. Can't tell me nothing. I see Mexicans and Hispanics every day here in New York City. But again, this Mexican said, who says Mexicans can't get sunburned? But Abishag, according to these heathens, she had to apologize to the daughters of Zion for being black. No, she was able to stay in the sun all day and work in that region back in those times, very dark, very hot. But she got blacker. She got blacker. She got blacker, right? But again, this guy, Ricky Avala, who says Mexicans can't get sunburned? This is a real tweet. But Abishag, she had to apologize for being black because the sun looked upon her. The reason why the sun looked upon her and she got darker, because of the humidity in the sun, she got blacker. She was already a black woman. She just got blacker. Black people, when we in the sun, what happens? We get what, black people? We get blacker. Fats. And many black people that are born black, like real dark, we give them nicknames like black. We give them nicknames. Like the brother Niger in the book of Acts. He was called Niger because he was a very black-skinned man, dummy. But the Hispanics, they get sunburned. As I already knew. Because they pale skin. Most of them are pale skin. And the Mexicans. Who says Mexicans can't get sunburned? But Abishag she was supposed to be from the tribe of Issachar, but she was a Mexican, according to these heathens. In those times, in that heat, in that region, and she worked in the vineyard all day. So she got blacker. But guess what? Abishag's skin did not burn up. Why? Because she said, I am beautiful. I am black, but I'm beautiful. So her skin didn't get all burnt up because she was already a black woman, dummies. Still have to put on suntan lotion. The black man, we don't need suntan lotion. Abishag, in Songs of Solomon, when she was working in the fields, she didn't need suntan lotion. She was already a black woman. She got blacker, dummy. She got darker. That's why she said, don't look upon me because I am black. Because the sun has tanned me. Right? Look not upon me because I am black. Because the sun has looked upon me. The sun looked upon her because she was already darker. She got blacker. She got blacker. Usually, dealing with the Negroes, as I said before, when we have a very dark-skinned man or woman in our neighborhood, we usually give them a nickname, black. This is a fact. Just like the guy Niger in the book of Acts. He was called Niger because he was very dark. All the Jews was black. I proved it. They was all black through eyewitnesses. Herodotus was an eyewitness. Josephus, who was a real Jew, and Josephus was not his real name, by the way. He said it was all black. Tacitus and Cherilus, all four witnesses right there. They was all black. No getting around it. All the artifacts on the walls of Egypt showed them as Negro people. So you could try to use that a bit. Or Abishag, she had to apologize. Really? So black people, we must apologize for being black. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? We have to apologize to these heathen Hispanics for being black, y'all. For being black. Boy, these heathens done lost their cotton-picking minds, boy, as my great-great-grandfather used to say. Lost their damn minds, heathen-ass minds. We have to apologize for being black. Really, so all the black Jews through antiquity have to apologize for being black, huh? Moses have to apologize for being black. God himself, as mentioned in the book of Daniel, he must apologize for being black. According to these heathens, we have to apologize for being black, y'all. We must apologize for being black. Really? Let's go to Daniel 7. Let's see if God have to apologize for being black. The first man ever created on the earth was a black man. Pretty sure they're going to say Adam wasn't black. But all nations come from the black man. So don't even try to say, oh, Adam wasn't black. Don't even try it. The white man comes from the black man. Genetically, scientifically, white people cannot produce black. Hispanic cannot produce Negro. Hispanic on Hispanic cannot produce Negro. But black on black, we can produce albino, white, still with a Negro feature, but white. Let's see if God have to apologize for being black. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. The pure wool. It says pure wool. Pure wool. So I guess God have to apologize for having woolly hair too, huh? It says pure wool. You know what pure means, don't you heathens? Do you heathens know what pure means? Pure means all natural woolly. No curly, nowhere in it. All natural, woolly. So God and his son must apologize too, huh? For having woolly hair, huh? Only the Negro have woolly hair. Only the black man have woolly hair. That's a fact. That is a fact, heathen. But we're going to come back at the heathen one more time. We're going to deal with Ezekiel. He tried to go to Ezekiel 28. We're going to deal with that. We're going to kill him on that also. We're going to continue to drop the bombs on these heathens. Once again, when Abishag, in fact, let's go into the 1611 edition also. When Abishag says, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar. When you look at the tents of Kedar, it's black. I mean, jet black. So she got darker from working in the sun. She got darker. Most of you Hispanics, you stay in the sun for a long time without any suntan lotion. Most of you, your skin will burn. Fats. Fats. You can get upset all you want. Those are the facts. I bet you Jennifer Lopez go to the beach. I bet you she put on a suntan lotion. Ricky Martin go to the beach. I bet Ricky Martin put on suntan lotion. With most of these Hispanics that are pale skinned, damn near white, when they go to the beach, Jose, I bet they put on suntan lotion. If they don't, their white asses will burn. Even some of them that may have a little melanin in their skin, they still have to put on suntan lotion. Dummy. That's how you know that Abishag was a black woman. Not only that, the historians say they was black. The eyewitnesses all say they was black. That's why she got darker, blacker. That's why she said to the daughters of Zion, look not upon me because I am black. Because you were singled out as a real dark person. Even in our neighborhoods throughout America, When you see a very dark-skinned black person, they single out. People look at them because of their blackness, because of their skin tone. This is a fact. That's why we give them nicknames like black. I can't tell you how many blacks I knew growing up that was very dark-skinned. So the brother was called Niger in the book of Acts because he was a very dark-skinned black man. He was called Niger. This is a fact. Depends on what region you came from. If you came from Egypt or further south in Africa, more likely you was blacker, you was darker. If you was in the region of what is called Israel today, you was black skinned, but you wasn't as dark as the brothers and sisters dwelling in Africa or the Jews dwelling in Africa. They was even darker. But they were still all black Negro looking people. Some of them was brown skinned. Some of them may have been light brown skinned. Some of them was dark skinned. Some of them was damn near black skinned, but they were still Negro peoples. Y'all don't want this smoke. You heathens don't want this smoke. But yet, we have to apologize for being black, y'all. We got to apologize to the heathens for being black. Isn't that something? And they asses, pink asses, go out in the sun and stay in the hot sun all day in the beach and watch their pink asses skin burn. Watch. That's how you know Abishag from the tribe of Issachar was a black woman. But let me go to Songs of Solomon chapter 4 also, because they like to deal with this here, right? When it says her hair was like a flock of goats. A flock of goats. They try to say like the white boy Sakari, or she had goat straight hair. No, that's not what they're saying. Let's read it. I just want to touch this right here real quick also, right? Behold, thou art fair. Now this is Solomon talking to Abishag. And she said, I am black, but beautiful. When a very dark-skinned black person that's very dark, what do they say? I am black, but beautiful. Do not look upon me because I am black. Watch this. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes. So I guess her eyes look like bird eyes too, huh? It's a metaphor when it says her hair is like a flock of goats within thy locks. So she got eyes within her locks, huh? Meaning this here. Her locks was hanging over her face. You know, some people locks be hanging over their face and they gotta push the locks to the side. That's what that means, right? So it says within thy locks, thy hair is as a flock of goats, meaning she had many locks, dummy. It just said within thy locks. Her hair, meaning her locks, is like a flock of goats, meaning she had many locks. When you look at the word flock of goats, it means many goats together, dwelling together. Many goats. She had a lot of locks. Her locks more likely was thin. When you look at black people locks, many women have locks that's really thin, right? You can see they have a lot of locks. When you see people with thick locks, like very thick locks, they don't have as many locks. The people that have, or the Negroes that have the thin locks, they have many locks. The brothers and sisters that have the thick locks is less locks. That's why Samson has 7 locks, because Samson had 7 thick locks. Fats. 7 thick locks. Like Bob Marley. Bob Marley had about 6 thick locks. It appears he had a lot of locks, but no, Bob Marley had very thick locks. So he had about 6 locks on his head. Abishag had many locks because her locks were thin. Dummy. That's why it says her locks is like a flock of goats. That's why Solomon says she had many locks on her head, you stupid heathens. I'm telling y'all, man. In fact, let's read verse 2. Solomon said, thy teeth are like a flock of sheep. Oh, so her teeth is like a flock of sheep too, huh? So I guess her teeth look like sheep. So when it says dummy, her locks is like a flock of goats, it's talking about many. It's a metaphor for many. She had many locks, dummy. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep. She probably had many teeth too. But is her teeth, was her teeth, did her teeth look like sheep? The texture of a sheep? Dummies? Did her teeth, or was her teeth the texture of a sheep? When it says thy teeth are like a thy teeth are like a flock of sheep. So I guess her teeth was the texture of sheep, huh? Huh, Jose? The heathen and the heathen northern kingdom, huh? I guess she had teeth that was a texture of a sheep. It's a metaphor. Dummies. That's how you know you guys do not know the Bible at all. At all. Then it says, there are even shorn, right? Shorn, which came up from washing, right? Etc. And that fat-head Mexican northern kingdom talking about, oh, the brother in the book of Acts, they call him Niger because he was singled out. No, heathen. He was singled out because he was a very black-skinned man. Among the other black Hebrews, he was very dark. But I guess you forgot about when the Romans thought Paul was an Egyptian, huh? Oh, you forgot about that, huh, heathen? You forgot about that. When the Romans thought Paul was an Egyptian, a Hamite, Negro-looking Egyptian, just as Herodotus said, and Tacitus, and all the other eyewitnesses. I guess Paul was a white man too, huh? I guess he looked like you, with a big round head with Asian eyes, huh? In fact, let's go get it real quick. Acts 21:38. So I guess Paul was a white-skinned heathen phenotype looking man too, huh? When it says that they thought he was an Egyptian, huh? I'm telling y'all, these heathens are comical. And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, may I speak unto thee? Who said, can thou speak Greek? Art not thou that Egyptian? Art not thou that Egyptian, which before these days made up an uproar? Are you not that Egyptian, Paul? So let me guess. Paul looked like a Hispanic, huh? Paul had a European recessive genes with European features like many of you Hispanics, with thin lips, pale skin, straight goat horse hair, which is a recessive trait, by the way. Or he looked like that Northern Kingdom big round head Mexican with Asian eyes, huh? I guess Paul looked like that, huh? So Paul did not look like a Hamite Egyptian, huh? So the Greeks were stupid. They didn't know what the Egyptians looked like, huh? They did not know the Egyptian was a Hamitic black Negro people, huh? But not only was Paul mistaken for an Egyptian, Hamite Egyptian, as Herodotus said, there was a Negro-looking people. But let's see who else was mistaken for an Egyptian. When Joseph's brothers went to Egypt during a famine, and Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him. Why? Because Joseph looked just like all the Hamitic black Egyptians. So I guess Joseph was a pale-skinned a European phenotype too, huh? Comical, man. So who else was mistaken as an Egyptian? Well, let's see. Let's see who else was mistaken. Exodus 2. Oh, Moses was mistaken as a Hamite Egyptian, huh? And they said, the daughters of Jethro, and they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us and watered the flock. Right? And watered the flock. An Egyptian, they said to their father. They thought Moses was a black Hamite Egyptian. So I guess Moses was a white European phenotype Hispanic too, Jose. Moses was a big head, short Mexican, huh? Moses looked like a big head, short Mexican and a pale skinned European phenotype Hispanic, huh, Jose? But again, they said that the black man, so I guess Moses had to apologize for being black too, huh? Just like Paul, huh? Paul had to apologize for being black too, huh? So we must apologize for being black, as these heathens say. Abishag had to apologize for being black to all the daughters of Zion.
If you really read that chapter, it is a chapter of a woman apologizing to the women of Zion for looking dark skinned.
There's another one in the book of Acts, right? It goes to the same point that Brother Vega was bringing out, that she was specifically saying, yo, I'm dark. Yo, I'm sorry for that. Forgive me for I'm dark, all right? She was specifically saying, yo, I'm dark. Yo, I'm sorry for that. Forgive me for I'm dark, all right?